Okay guys, so what I'm going to do first is take a brown eyebrow pencil and I'm just going to follow the shape of my natural brow line below and above. And I am going to connect those tails together and just try to get the desired shape that you want, and then you're going to go ahead and fill inside of the brow. I apologize, my big forehead is all up in the camera. I wish I would have moved back a little bit for you guys, but all I'm doing is measuring the center up to the line of my nose, just because you can go too far in and they can look a little bit too close, and that does not look the best to me, honestly, unless you have very far apart brows. So I'm going to take an angled brush and I am going to follow those brow lines below and above with some concealer just to clean up that brow a little bit more. Sometimes I know everybody can't fill in the lines that well or stay in the lines, so the concealer just basically cleans it up and makes it a little bit more sharper. And the next step you're going to do is, I would try the unibrow just to make sure they're as tall as each other. And when I say the unibrow, that concealer you see in the middle of my brows, I'm not used to doing it, but I'm trying to learn and start doing it, because sometimes I feel like one of my brows are too taller than the other. So I do feel like it helps with that. You just have to make sure when you're doing this concealer, make sure that you blend out the concealer very well. You don't want a halo under your brows or above your brows because the concealer is too light or because you didn't blend it in well enough. Now after I go ahead and take that concealer and outline my brows and clean them up, before I blend that concealer, I actually go back in with my brow pencil or whatever you use. You can use pomade as well, and I actually fill in anything that I feel like, if it's a little bit bald or not as dark, I'll go ahead and fill that in. So now you see me blending in that concealer very well. That way it is not creating that halo. You want to make sure you have the right shade of concealer. If you have it too light, it's not going to look good. People shouldn't be able to tell that you used a too light concealer under your brows. So the next step I'm going to do is take the end of my brush and just make sure they're basically the same length. A lot of times people have a shorter tail than the other, and it doesn't look terrible because naturally that's how some people's brows are, but you want to try to ensure that your brows are the same length. And then I like to go ahead and take a little bit of concealer and put it on the beginning of my brows in the center, and I like to take a spoolie brush and blend it out so it looks a little bit natural. But other than that, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this helped you, even though I was too close, but that will be it for today.